Hi, this is John Mullins, whom you'll be playing in Soldier of Fortune 2. Hope you enjoy the game. I became involved when a producer friend of mine, who I'd done some personal work for over the years, asked me if I would like to become a military consultant for a video game. He had been the producer on the old Soldier of Fortune TV series, and the TV series was the basis for the game itself. And so I thought that it sounded like a pretty good idea. And of course, my first question was, will I get paid for it? And he said yes, and I said yes. My role as a military consultant, as a military advisor, was to tell them what the weapons effects actually should be as opposed to what they thought they might be. It was to give them the sounds to allow the clinking of brass on the floor, for instance. And certainly the tactics, what tactics they should have been using to go through a room, to enter a doorway, that kind of thing. In Soldier of Fortune 2, I particularly like the fact that you have to use stealth and good tactics to get through a lot of these levels rather than going through and just shooting everybody in sight. And that's true in real life as well. You simply can't go in and expect to kill everybody and not get shot back. They changed rather drastically in that when I first went to Vietnam, the first tour was in 1963, and we were still carrying the old M1 Garand at that point. It was a World War II gun in Korea. Uh, by the second tour, we had changed over to the M16, which fires the 223 cartridge, which is a much there are differing opinions, but I feel that it's a much better weapon, certainly much more effective for jungle warfare than the M1 was. So you can carry a lot more ammunition, for one thing. It's a lot lighter, and the firefights were all at very close range. So you didn't need a gun that you could shoot out to 350, 400 meters accurately. You needed something where you could engage the targets up close and personal. They've made modifications to the M16. They've added a grenade launcher to the bottom of it for indirect fire. So to me, it's a great all-around weapon even for long range, because you still can shoot out to 300 yards, 350 yards, and still engage a target with it. Now they're trying to change over to what they call the objective infantry combat weapon. Which looks like a Buck Rogers thing. It's still a kinetic weapon in that it fires the 223. It has a 20 millimeter cannon as opposed to the 40 millimeter cannon that's on the M203 that's attached to the M16s now. Problem with it is that it's highly complicated. The manual for it is about an inch thick. And it's been my experience in combat that you don't start thinking about a lot of dial changes and all that sort of thing when you're getting shot at. You do what you're most used to. So I think that a lot of this stuff is basically going to be useless and very expensive. My favorite weapon in Soldier Fortune 2 is the M4 carbine with the M203 grenade launcher attached to it. It gives you everything that you need for everything from urban warfare to jungle fighting to shooting out in the desert.